Well, hello everyone. My name is Rafa. I'm here. I'm sorry, my name is Sam. No, I'm just kidding. I'm filling in for Sam. He'll be here in a second. I'm going to mute everyone for a little bit and then we'll get Sam here on the call real quick. So thank you for your patience. Hold on one second. Hey, Courtney, how you been?
Hey, Rafa. Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for being here. Sam
No
is
problem.
on the way. Can
I am here, Rafa.
just a little bit. Oh, there he is. Sam Higginson, how you been, sir?
I've been good. I was a little stressed because I was running a little bit late, but I'll explain here in just a moment. But I'm glad you're on the call.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to set my phone up in a situation where it's a little easier for me to talk, and then you're going to have a steering wheel in front of you, but at least I'm not driving, right? Okay. Well, we'll get started here in a couple minutes, guys. I'm Sam Higginson. I'm the host of today's new rep Zaya call. I know that we have a lot of people that are not just new reps on this call, and so we're so grateful for everybody for jumping on and being a part of our call. I'm going to do my best to try to shield this phone with a mask, right? We have lots of masks in our vehicles, but I'm going to shield this so that I can at least see if I can't work this thing out. I'm going to have to be doing this call from my truck today. So let's see, maybe this will work. That's a lot of light. Wow. Hang on 1 second. Rafa, can you confirm that the call is being recorded?
Yes.
There we go.
There you go. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is the lighting and the view you're going to have to get, because I don't seem to have a better alternative. And because everybody is really busy, I am going to dive right in. It's 11:01 according to my watch. So let's go ahead and dive right in. But again, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're coming from, and welcome to this new rep Zaya training call. It's something that we typically do every Monday. The last couple of weeks, though, we've done them on a Tuesday. And the reason we did that today specifically was, one, we wanted to allow and celebrate with our Canadian friends their wonderful Thanksgiving holiday that was yesterday. And so for me and Zaya and everybody else, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And we're grateful that we were able to still do this call on a Tuesday and to be able to share some of the incredible information that we're going to share. We have an awesome guest on today, one that I'm extremely excited about. She's real, she's raw, she's uncut. She is somebody that brings a tremendous wealth of knowledge to the business, into what she's doing, and she's just really kind of open. Our conversations this last week were amazing. She comes highly recommended, by the way, highly recommended from Rafa Hara, the general manager of Zaya Active, and he's the guy that you can see on screen, hat on backwards. I love it. It's the Zaya way, right? I'm wearing my Zaya stuff. I'm actually en route to a charitable event that I am speaking at today. And so I had to pull off the side of the road to do this, but Rafa is going to be a big part of our call and help us to finish this call today. So I'm going to be here to introduce Courtney. I'm going to be here to ask that first question or two, and then Rafa's going to take it from there and help us close out the call today. So thank you so much to Rafa. Now, it's been an incredible, last few months, as we all know. I mean, just an incredible last few months. And I anticipate that the next few months will be even more incredible as we continue to expound upon all of the learnings, all of the success, and just the things that are kind of going on inside of the company right now. I think it's important to probably say that this will be, so far, if you break everything out right now, by the time 12 o'clock strikes on October 31st, this will have been the #1 month in all 5 of the top 5 categories in the company's history. So What I will say to that is you can either watch it happen or you can participate right now. You can dive right in. And so one of the things we wanted to talk about, many of you might be on this call today as a result of you joining the business last month or joining the business within the last, couple of months. Maybe you've been in for a year, but you jumped on this morning because you've decided that, you know what, maybe it's my time, maybe it's my turn. And I think you're absolutely right. That's the kind of attitude we're looking for as we, go into this phase. But I reached out and asked on the recommendation of Rafa, Courtney Donaldson. Courtney lives in Canada. Since I've been doing this call, only the second Canadian that we've had on the call. So I'm always excited to bring that international flavor, that international love to this call, to share all of the ins and outs and the success points across the board. But Courtney is going to join us. She's a dental hygienist. She's a mother. She's a double Zaya executive. Courtney, welcome to the new Zaya Rep training call. I appreciate you being on and tolerating me from talking behind my steering wheel. But welcome to the call.
Thanks, Sam. I'm really excited to be here today. And I just want to start off by telling you guys that you can do this. Doesn't matter your background. And I'm going to just partner off what Sam just said. Now is your time. So I struggled really hard for the majority of my life with anxiety and depression. Okay. I just broke those chains 4 years ago. I also am known to be very, very, very shy. So shy that growing up, people would ask me if I even knew how to speak, okay? And I always told myself that I would never, ever be successful at this type of business because I couldn't do the live videos. I can't do the team trainings. And I'm here talking to you guys today, okay? Lastly, I grew up with a learning disability. I spent the majority of my school days down the hall away from my classroom in what they call the special education room. So I'm here to tell you guys that if I can figure this business out, you can too, and your past does not define where you're going to go.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And I loved hearing a little bit more about that story from you in our one-on-one conversations this week. It was really kind of fun to hear because there are so many people who are relating to what you're talking about right now. The fact that you're here live doing this call is a huge step in your life and in your business, and it's translated into a tremendous amount of success for you. So let's dive right into the topic. So the topic is getting your business started off the right way. It's that theme of the right now, right company, right person, right situation, and again, the right now situation, right? So how do we get our business started off the right way? We hear about onboarding all the time. Well, onboarding really is talking to leaders. When we talk about onboarding, we're talking to the leadership organizations to help their teams really kind of, get over the hump. What we're going to talk about today is exactly what those leaders might be saying to you about this current situation and about this time. So last month, Courtney, we set a record for the top enrollments throughout the course of Zaya's history. We have all these new people, and it's a big number. What do we do now? How do we take care of all of these people? What advice could you give to these people today?
Yeah, so if you're a new rep on here, the first thing I want to say is that you just have to start. You just have to jump in. You just have to start. Opinions do not matter. I want you to think of your business like the new store that just went up downtown, or the A&W that's being built down the street and it'll be open next week. When those businesses open, they have a grand opening. They put it in the paper. They put it out there that they're open for business. And your business is no different. Even though you're online, most of us are online, you have to take that first step, put it on your platform, announce that you've opened your own shop, that you're you have an activewear boutique. You need to take that first step and push fear aside and push through your comfort zone and just start. And if you're already have a business and maybe you want to revamp, do the same thing. Maybe you want to do a relaunch. You have to put it out there because people don't know what we're doing. So you have to take that first step and like right away, because you don't want that excitement to wear off. You want to hone in on that when you hit that enrollment button, all those goals and all those visions that you had for what this could be, you don't want that to wear off. So you just have to jump in like right away and just start and launch and give your announcement.
Yeah, I don't think there's much time to wait around, right? I think when I've talked to most of the leaders that I work with are double Zayas and above. They've had a tremendous amount of success in this business. They've made a lot of money. They've found those big titles. They're helping other people. And one thing that's pretty consistent about most of those people is that they really kind of got started right away. And I always say this on this call, like my mentor told me in the very early stages of my business, which by the way happens to be Jeremiah Bradley's father, Craig. He actually told me, if you're ever going to learn how to do this business, you have to make a commitment to do this business. And it doesn't mean you make the commitment that next week you're going to do this business or tomorrow you're going to do this business. That commitment has to happen right this very minute. So what I would like to do, Courtney, is I'm going to transition because I have to go and speak at this event. And I'm just a little bit pressed for time. Rafa has agreed to finish out this call. I couldn't imagine anybody better than Rafa Para, the general manager of Canada, to come on and be a part of this call with Courtney and you know, all the rest of our team. But Rafa's a guy that I've known now for probably, I don't know, at least 10 years, maybe 15. He's an incredible talent. Zaya is extremely lucky to have him. I think all of the reps at Zaya are extremely lucky to have Rafa. He has worked through some of the most strenuous and challenging times inside of this channel, but he's also seen some of the most and witnessed some of the most amazing times inside of this channel. And he's here right now. He's going to help us take the rest of this call. But Courtney, I wanted to say thank you for the opportunity of being a part of this. And I want to kick it over to Rafa. He's the newest father of his fourth baby, and he had to kind of move mountains to make today work too. So please introduce Rafa. He's going to finish out the call. So thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam, for those words. You're one of my mentors too. Have much appreciation for you and everything you taught me. And Courtney, thank you for being here. I have a big shoes to fill, so hang on with me for a little bit. Thank you, Sam. I know you got to go, so go on your way. I'll finish this for you. Hey, Courtney, so thank you for sharing. You were talking about, like get just right into it, and that's awesome. I do agree 100%. I do have another question for you. And the second question that I have is, what are the two things that you can do to set yourself apart when you start your business?
Yes. So the first thing you can do to set yourself apart when launching your business, or maybe you're a seasoned rep and you're looking to take a different direction. So the two things that you can do, I'll start with the first one, is come up with 5 things. So if you have a piece of paper, feel free to come up with 5 things that make you you. Because I want to tell you that you are not Zaya Active. You just partner with Zaya Active, okay? So you're going to want to come up with 5 things that make you you. And these 5 things are going to be what you'll share on your platform, what you'll talk about, what you'll post about. If you go to any of my pages, you'll see that I'm always talking in rotation with the 5 things, right? So my 5 would be, for example, health and fitness, mindset. I love mindset. Lifestyle. So I'll show things like maybe we're going on the Sea-Doos or we're out for hikes. Family. I'll always be posting about family. And then last, activewear. I love activewear. So you'll always see me posting about activewear. So doing those 5 things, you're building this brand for yourself that really sets you apart, that you're not just throwing and vomiting Zaya Active everywhere, right? You're really building this brand. People are getting to know you via different avenues, not just through activewear, and it really builds that base. These people get into your inbox because you're talking about things that maybe relate to them and inspire them, and it just opens up the conversation to meet more people. So that is the first thing that you can do to set yourself apart. The second thing that you can do to set yourself apart is using terminology that turns heads. So like I said, you are not Zaya Active, you just partner with Zaya Active. So I like to not use the term Zaya Active. If you go to any of my pages, you'll see that it doesn't say Zaya Active. I'll talk about my activewear boutique, I'll talk about e-commerce site, my online business, brand ambassador, affiliate. I use those type of terms because what that's doing is it's a form of attraction marketing and curiosity posting. And that also gets more people into your inbox, because if you put out, like, yes, you can put, you know, my Zaya shop, they can go and they can Google it and find somebody else. But if you're talking about, you know, your online shop or your e-commerce shop and you're not giving the brand, they're going to go into your inbox and ask you, what is that? What is it you're doing? What shop do you have? And that opens up a conversation for you to introduce them to Zaya and have that connection with them. So those are the two things that you can do as you're launching your business or relaunching, or maybe you're a seasoned rep, to really set yourself apart as we continue to grow.
That's fantastic, Courtney. Thank you for sharing. And I do agree with you. Those 5, you know, tips of posting, like those criteria, they're fantastic. I always joke with you that every time I see you on the lake, I'm like, summer's here. You know, I get happy when I see your posts. So thank you for sharing. I love that. That's so awesome. Courtney, I got another question for you. Do you run incentives or recognition platforms? And if you do, can you share which ones are those?
So like incentives for customers?
Yes, or
Yeah.
for customers, for maybe some of your level ones, or, you know.
Yeah, so I always have an incentive going. So you guys know that parties are the backbone of our business, right? Parties are where it's at. You're going to want to, as you're launching, you're going to want to line up those parties, and you might ask, like, who, where, or who do I ask? So the first thing you want to start with is family and friends, relatives, coworkers, those that are close to you, right? So get those parties lined up. Addition to parties, you're going to have your VIP group, and this is where I offer my incentives. So I'll always have a monthly incentive going. The post is pinned to the top of the group, whether it's, you know, if we're going to sell 10 leggings this month, then someone gets, you know, I'll draw a name for 50% off, or what other incentives? Mystery hostess. I love a mystery hostess. So I always have that backup, my VIP group, you know, so maybe one month parties aren't just happening for my audience. Nobody in my audience wants to maybe host, maybe I have 2 parties a month. Then you have that backup, you have that VIP group that you're continuing to grow and build. And that's a different topic for another day, but that's where I host all my incentives for my customers. For my team, I do host incentives for my team, not every month, but periodically. For example, this month, we have an incentive going on for booking parties. So we're all working together to book those parties, and those with the most booked parties are going to earn a custom pair of Nikes. So it's really important to do incentives both, maybe if you don't have a team right now, but definitely with your customers, because you want to get them into the clothing. Once you get someone into the clothing, they are a lifer. Okay, it's just getting them in the clothing. So whether you offer a $25 gift card or do a this or that post just to get the people into the clothing, incentives are a huge part of business, and they're right on.
I love that, Courtney. Thank you for sharing. And I do agree. For example, for me, from corporate, what I see is like we're one of the companies that we got tons of customers. So that is, for example, for me, that is just kind of this, you know, it's just amazing, because like other companies, they're you know, building just like on recruitment, and that's great. But like you have to have customers. And I love how Zaya, we're so customer focused that it's amazing, because like that's why we're growing so fast, you know. So I do agree. Thank you for sharing those tips. You know, customers do help quite a bit, and, you know, taking care of your team as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Courtney, I got another question for you. This one, I'm not, might be a little difficult. So let's see, hopefully not. So what is your favorite thing about Zaya?
Oh, this is an easy one. My favorite thing, well, backstory. I originally started Zaya because I wanted to earn $200 because I needed a vehicle. Later, I didn't know what I was getting into, and now the income doesn't even matter. It's the community. It really, like a lot of us say, we came for the income, but we stayed for the community. My most favorite thing about Zaya is the community, the friendships, the connections, the people that we meet that we wouldn't have otherwise known. It's like a sisterhood. You've got the encouragement. You know that you're never alone. My most favorite thing is the founders and our corporate mentors. Like Rafa's amazing, Ruth. Our founders are just the sweetest family. We're so lucky. That's also one of my favorite things about Zaya, but it's the people. We're in a people business, and if you're new here, you're gonna soon realize that it's life-changing, like not just like emotionally life-changing. It builds your confidence. You're pushing each other to step out of your comfort zone. You're cheering each other on. You're doing things that you never thought you would ever do. Like here I am talking to you guys when just a year ago I said I would never be successful at this because I would not do a live video. So if you're in that spot right now, know that growth, internal growth, is coming out of what you're doing right now just by starting a business. And you're only going to continue to grow internally and gain more confidence to do the hard things.
Fantastic. It's so awesome that, you said everything, and maybe last, like the clothing, which we all know it's amazing, but that's why Zaya is so great, because it's the people, it's everything else, that's what I love so much. Because of course, the clothing is fantastic. Confidence with the clothing is fantastic, but it's definitely that community, those pillars. So the founders, I'm lucky to have been working with them for, quite, maybe like last 12 years. And I'm lucky. Those guys, everything they do, it's what's best. They always lead with their heart, and they're always kind. So, and then you can see that in Zaya, and we can see how we attract, reps that have the same mentality, that they're like that. Like for me, it's just the people. We have the best people, like you were saying. So thank you for sharing. It's amazing. Pretty much everything is the best at Zaya. So thank you for sharing. I got one more question for you. So when you look at the future, and of course, you want to go to Canada and more than Canada, what do you see us in Zaya accomplishing in the future?
Yeah, this makes me really excited because we are still so new. Only 20 months into Canada, and I think almost 4 years in the United States, right? So we're still so new, and there's just, my wheels are always turning because there's so much that Zaya can do and probably will do, whether it's expansion into different countries, I don't know, more products, more different type of products, like maybe shoes, I don't know. There's tons of stuff they can do with the company. I'm excited to see what they have in store for us because they never disappoint us. Each release every Wednesday, it gets better and better and better and better, and that's what makes me so excited, that for us as business owners, they don't disappoint in what we can offer our customers. And I'm so excited to see who we can continue to serve, how many lives we can continue to change, and how many people we can or how many families we can get Zaya into the households. Like, we're just beginning, and it makes me so excited that this is just the start.
That's fantastic. 100% agree. Here, I can give you a little from corporate. Of course, there's a couple of countries, that, we're looking at opening. And then that is the thing. And for example, when I go somewhere, let's say here in Utah, let's say I go to the gym yes, I'm starting to notice more Zaya. But I would say it's one in maybe every 10 or 15. So it just shows we're, it's just the beginning. There is so much more people that can be in Zaya, like you were saying, maybe like a customer, or maybe because they want, a different opportunity, whatever it is that they want to do. So I'm with you, the future is just bright. It's just this, we're just scratching the surface. And it's just amazing how this company with such high values, we're accomplishing so much with all the amazing reps that we have. So thank you, Courtney, for sharing. I have a last question for you. So I remember, I know you probably more than anybody else on this call, because we've been working from the beginning. Courtney, so I have this is my personal question. So what made you click? When you were we opened Canada, we, of course, we were open in the US, and, there was some synergy there with the reps, but what made you at the really beginning, because you were one of if not, the very first, I think an opening day that you came in and put your credit card down. for you, what made you put your credit card down for Saya?
There's a few different reasons, but do you want to hear something really cool?
Of course.
Okay, so I've always loved health and fitness, and I live in activewear, really sporty like that. I'm not the dressy type of person, so it was only natural for me to want to, partner with an activewear brand. So I had been looking actually for quite some time to do something like this, and so this is where the really cool story comes in. So my grandpa there's business runs in my family. It's been a generational thing. So I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I've always wanted something of my own passed down from my dad, my grandpa, my great grandpa. October, actually it was yesterday, 2 years ago, my grandpa passed away suddenly at 98. And I kid you not, the very next day I learned about Zaya. And I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that it was a gift from, sounds crazy or not, but it was a gift from my grandpa, and it just felt right. And everything aligned, the values of the company, the mission of the company, the clothing. And I just knew this was it. And I trusted my gut instinct. I had that gut feeling, and it's been amazing. I haven't had any complaints. It's been the best experience ever. And that's my little story on how I got started.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. That's so awesome. And I it's kind of crazy. I say the same thing, that it's a gift from, I call it a gift from up there, because it's just like so amazing. Everything, the reps, the clothing, the values, the people, everything. It's really, really cool. So thank you for sharing, Courtney. Well, with that, I think we're going to end our call. Courtney, thank you so much for sharing all those tips, all your knowledge. You're such an amazing person, such an inspiration for everyone. I love you for everything. I talk to you, probably, every other day. So thank you for everything you do, for pushing the brand, for believing, for being one of the first persons on taking that risk. And like you can see with your double Saya, it seems like it's been paying off. So we're super excited for you, for everything. Like you were saying, the future is bright. I'm looking forward to working with you for many, many years. And thank you for everything that you do. And if you want to, say your goodbyes, I would highly appreciate it.
Thanks, Rafa. I really appreciate everything you've done for us too. We're really lucky to have you, and I hope you're here forever.
Thank you, Courtney. That's the plan. So with that, I'm going to send everybody home. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Check out tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be fantastic with all those new releases. And next week, you'll get back your usual host, Sam, who's fantastic. So thank you for hanging with me today. Have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Thank you, Court. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.